Hello, good evening, folks. This is Frank Deming, Mr. Market with Ease, as you know, and I want to welcome you to tonight's webinar. And I am so excited because I've got some really good news for you at the end of this webinar. And I knew it is starting out that way because if you see the title of the webinar, and you probably was invited to this webinar to find out the reason why 90% of all home-based business entrepreneurs actually fail. And that's a very sad situation, and you probably came on to find that out. If you were invited by someone, maybe some of my staff members or someone on Facebook or whatever, you were invited to find out why that is, and you're probably a home-based entrepreneur as well. Now, here's the fun part and the good news to this. See, I didn't say this purposely because I wanted to see how many people were curious about the failure rate, because it's astonishing. Because you all know, to me, it's very easy to make money online. And that's what we're here to find out. Exactly how is it that you can actually make money, take your home business, take it on the internet, and make money with it. Okay, I'm going to get you there. But before we go there, I'm going to tell you the good news about this. Okay, about this webinar and what you're going to come out of this webinar knowing. You're going to know some very key information when you get out of this webinar. And that is the best way to ensure that you're a part of the 10% that actually succeed. See, that's my goal tonight, is to make sure that you guys leave this webinar and know exactly what you need to do to be part of the 10% and make that grow, because I really want to shrink that 90%. Let's be real. Okay? Now, before we get started, guys, this is very important. I need you to put away all distractions. I mean, silence your cell phones, turn off your TV and your radio, and just give this the utmost attention, because it's your business needs it, okay? And then I want you to grab a pen and paper, because I want you to write notes, because you need to understand some of the psychology behind what it is that you need to do to start making money in your home business. Put it online and actually let it rip, if you will. Okay? So here's what we're going to cover tonight. Okay? First of all, I'm going to talk to you about the characteristics that every home business owner has when they fail. And a lot of these characteristics, you're probably going to see it and you're going to say, wow, that's me, Now, hold on. Then I'm going to go out and show you the characteristics that every home business owner has when they succeed. And this is where you got to start paying really close attention, because there's some nuggets in there that if you're not doing today, it could be the reason for your failure. Now, here is the cream of the crop, if you will, and I left it for last. There are 4 simple ingredients to imminent home business success that I'm going to share with you. And a lot of people actually don't practice this, and I don't know why. Well, actually, this is probably the reason for the 90% failure rate, right? But the thing is that all of the 10% of the people who actually failed, the 10% who actually succeeded, all practice these 4 simple ingredients. So that's an added bonus that I want to share with you guys. Okay, now before we go anywhere and move on, I want to talk to you about who I am. So many of you may not know me. As I said, a lot of you guys probably were invited to this webinar. Not from me. It was probably from someone on Facebook or someone that you know that I don't know. So I want to introduce myself. So basically, who is Frank Deming? Good question. In a nutshell, and I'll be a little bit more specific later, but Frank Deming is an online entrepreneur who dared to leave a 6-figure income job and proceeded to double it with my online business. Now, that was a very difficult thing for me. You see, because I was the epitome of corporate America. I was Mr. Corporate. But it just wasn't working for me. And I'll show you a little bit more on what happened. See, I've been there, done that, guys. Um, I was unhappy and just plain frustrated with my job. It just wasn't. It wasn't working for me anymore. I mean, yes, I was making six figures, but it wasn't working. And I'll tell you exactly why it wasn't working. Before I do that, you see, I wasn't even getting along with my boss. And you know, I don't know how many of you guys can relate to this, but it isn't fun when you can't sit down with your boss and have a pleasant conversation. It just makes the day go a lot longer. I think a couple of you can relate to that. And another thing that really, really bothered me was that commute was really getting to me. It was just killing me. I was just driving to and from work. I mean, I literally, without traffic, I can get to work. If it wasn't any traffic, I could get to work in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, which isn't bad. But during the rush hour time, when I needed to be at work, because after dropping off the kids from school and all that stuff, I hit right smack dab in rush hour. It took about an hour and a half just to get to work and come back from work. It just wasn't worth it. And a lot of times come back from work because I worked late. I missed the rush hour, but going to work was a nightmare. So anyway, let me get into what I used to do for a living. What was driving me crazy with all this, what I did for six figures and what was driving me so much crazy. I basically was a program manager for a high profile government contractor, and I used to manage projects that were very, very high profile, $10 million of sorts. And it was for a very demanding customer. And it was just very difficult to keep them happy. So all of that led to me working a lot of hours and just trying to keep those customer deadlines, which, by the way, were becoming very unreasonable. And it was pretty much up to me to keep them happy. And it kept me up late at nights and week after week after week. And actually, I had to work weekends a lot of the time. So I basically worked between 60 to 70 hours per week, and I did that for about a year and a half. And as you can imagine, it became pretty old. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. And, I wanted out of the JOB, and I couldn't figure out how I can do it. I was like, well, how can I do this? So I got involved with an MLM company, and I was like, wow, it's not easy to replace a six-figure income. But I heard about all of these MLM things that people are, becoming pretty successful doing multi-level marketing and selling products. So I figured, hey, if anything was going to replace my income, it had to be something like that, because I had to take care of my family. Well, I was a bit turned off, to be honest with you, with all of the hype and all of the that the MLM industry had, like all these meetings in the hotels, and it's not me. I'm a laid back guy. When you guys get to know me, you'll see what kind of a laid back person I am. I'm not on this hype and yelling and screaming and saying yes, and I'm making $2 million. But the industry as a whole called my attention, because all those circles and all those diagrams that the guy put up in the hotel meetings, they just made sense to me. It made a lot of sense. But the thing that didn't make sense to me was why I had to go bother my, Uncle Bob and my Uncle Tom and my mom and my dad and my cousins and to get involved. So, basically, I didn't do the friends and family recruitment thing. I was like, it's not me. I'm not going to go up to somebody, my cousin, and, at a family reunion and say, hey, by the way, I got involved in this company. Why don't you join me? I wasn't going to do that. So I tried to look around how was I going to grow the business. And basically, guys, I failed for 2 years. I failed big time. I couldn't, I tried. I didn't want to go to friends and family route, and I refused to do that. But I failed for 2 years. But I still wanted out of the JOB. I was like, well, man, I'm stuck. I'm really stuck here because things at work were actually getting worse and worse and worse because they had layoffs, and basically my work that was already overwhelming was piling on because of the layoffs, because I still had the government deadlines to meet. So it didn't matter whether when I hadn't, that wasn't an excuse. So I was like, I'm stuck. I mean, MLM is the only option that I have to get out of this job. I got to figure this out. But the light at the end of the tunnel came when I stumbled upon the affiliate marketing business concept. I was like, wow, somebody, I even forgot how I got involved. I think I did a search on the internet one day and it came across somebody's website and they talked about this model. See, I loved it. I was like, wow, I fell in love immediately. Because I was thinking, wow, you mean to tell me that I can make up to 75% commission on everything that I sell? And I didn't have to recruit anybody. I didn't have to convince anybody. I didn't have to go to any of these hyped up meetings every week or every 2 weeks. I even forgot how many times I used to go to those meetings that turned me off. But I didn't have to do that with affiliate marketing. I was like, wow, this is great. I thought it was a true business model. So, basically the customer makes a buying decision and you get paid based on the buying decision. Think about it, guys. Isn't that what the Fortune 500 companies do? Isn't that what, let's take Macy's, for instance, or any kind of department store, Target, any department store. You go in, you go to the store, you already know what you want. You pretty much have an idea what you want. You go to the actual section of the store where your item is most likely to be. You check it out, you touch it, feel it, whatever. And then you make a buying decision right then and there. Isn't that business? That's business, right? I mean, that's what I need. That's a business model. What I need. I just need to turn it into an internet thing. And I was looking for that answer. How do I turn this into the internet? How do I do that? And I was in heaven because I was like, wow, this is great. I'm finally gonna get out of the job. But however, guys, I still failed. And it wasn't for a lack of trying. I couldn't figure out why I was failing. I was like, wow, this is such a no-brainer, slam dunk thing. But basically, in a nutshell, after 3 years of struggling, 2 years with MLM, and a full year of trying the affiliate marketing thing, success in the online world came in the form of one simple word for me. And I want to share that with you guys tonight. Because I would venture to say that a lot of you are having the same issue, but you just don't know what it is. And that word was mindset. You see, I found out that if I didn't have the right mindset in place, in other words, if I wasn't thinking like a true entrepreneur, there was no way in the world I was going to succeed in any business outside of my regular job. There was just no way, because I was thinking like an employee and not a entrepreneur. And I'll tell you a bit more about that later, but that was really and truly where there was a turning point, and I was able to successfully leave my job and become an online entrepreneur, something that I was really seeking, replace my income, not only replace it, double my income, and now be able to serve you folks and show you certain things that's very important in order for you to succeed in your business. So without further ado, I'm going to move on. I'm going to talk to you about why most business owners actually fail. And this is a study that I made with Dun & Bradstreet. That's why I found out that 90%, the 90% percentage that I was talking about, the failure rate. I went on Dun & Bradstreet. I was shocked. I thought it was a lot less than that, but it was 90% of the failure. And I did some digging, and I actually interviewed all of the people who failed, and all the people, most of the people, I should say, a lot of the people who failed, and a lot of people who actually succeeded. Now, the people who failed all had these traits. Most of them have I can figure this all out myself mentality. And, they roll up their sleeves and I'm Mr. or Mrs. home business and I'm gonna show the world. And that was a huge factor. And all of them had this trait. And it was amazing to me that they all had it. And basically, they all end up becoming overwhelmed because, let's face it, guys, we're in the age of the internet, and there's Yahoo, there's Bing, there's Blogger, there's Google, there's, AdSense, AdWords. They were just getting overwhelmed because they were coming home from the job, trying to get everything done, and, just not because they try to figure out themselves, and they just got overwhelmed. It was just like, wow, all this information overload, if you will. Then after that, they said, I found the Holy Grail. I found one of those one-click to riches programs. Woohoo! I buy one of these things and I make one click and bam! Benjamin Franklin's come raining down in the sky. And these things are popping up, it seems like once a week nowadays. And it's just pretty sad. But they get sold on this dream, of making instant cash without having to do any work. And they got these huge dollar signs in their eyes when they saw these one-click programs, because frankly, I've seen some of the materials on these things, and they do a great marketing job. I don't take that away from them at all. But the fact of the matter is, folks, everyone on this call needs to know something. It doesn't work. It takes work to make money online, and it's not using one click. Just a little hint. So what ends up happening to these folks is that they end up frustrated, overly frustrated, because it's like they have the desire, they want to make this thing work, they know they can make it work, but they think they can do it by themselves, so then they get overwhelmed, so then they try to get this these one-click programs, which leads to frustration, folks. Or they get wrong advice. A lot of them, after all this one-click stuff, they go to these unqualified people who tell them, they go to their, cousin Tim or whatever, and they say, hey, I've been trying to make money online. Oh, I read somewhere that if you do X, Y, Z, you get a lot of traffic to your website. Guys, please, this is another common trend that all of these folks had. And it was amazing. Every single one of the people who I interviewed who failed all went through the same path to failure. It was just dumbfounded to me. It was just too coincidental. Okay? Now on to the good news. Here's what the business owners who succeeded, those 10% who succeeded, here's what they all did. And this is the characteristic that they have, that all of them did. Okay? Basically, in a nutshell, they all seeked help from someone who has been where they are and can show them how they can get to where they want to be. And it was amazing that everyone had that same trait. I mean, are you guys as excited as I am to hear about this? But let me dig a little deeper, because I was digging because I wanted to find out more meat about this. So basically, here's what they all received with the information that they got from these people who were coaching them. They helped them create a vision with a step-by-step path to success. See, if you don't have a vision, folks, if you don't have a path, you're not going to succeed. Just think of it this way. If you were invited to go to a party, okay, and someone says, I want you to go to the party and you need to be there by 8 o'clock. And you don't have, let's just say you don't have GPS, you don't have any way to get to the party. It's about a 30-minute drive, but you don't know how to get there. You don't even have an address. They just said, they said to go to Sally's house or something like that. And you don't know where Sally lives. You think you're going to be successful in getting there? There's no path. That person didn't directly tell you, Sally lives here, here's her address. If you don't have a GPS, here's how to get there. Same thing. Another trait is that they were taught to how to uncover the hidden challenges that we all face before they hit you. See, if it's kind of like a boxer. if you know that somebody, let's switch it. Let's go to baseball. I love baseball. So let's say if you know that a certain pitcher, after a fastball, every single time he's going to throw a curve. If he throws a fastball and it's a ball, the next pitch he's going to throw is a curve. If you know that, I mean, it's a win-win situation. And these people all got that kind of advice, knowing how to how to uncover those hidden challenges. And it's very important to know that, because when you're in business, there are some challenges that you need to know before you hit them, and you need to know how to address them before they come. Another thing is that they got an inspiration to turn their business into a high profit machine. They know exactly what they need to do that. That was very, very influential and very evident when I interviewed them. And they all receive steps that put them into immediate action. You see, if you don't start doing stuff immediately after you get the information, then all it is information. I hope you guys get that. So the minute someone tells you something, and someone who's qualified, by the way, tells you to do something, you have to put that into immediate action so you can get the results you're looking for. And a lot of people were missing that on the failure rate, if they even went this far. Most of them, all of them didn't even go this far. Okay? Now, all of this that they went through with their coaches or with their mentors or whatever help they seeked, all of them led to one thing: success. And that's the only thing that it can lead to, because you're working with people who already know what to do to get you there. Okay? Now, earlier I promised about the 4 ingredients to imminent success, and all of the people, all of the 10%, actually practiced every single one of these 4 steps. Now check this out. This is awesome. You see, the number 1 ingredient to imminent success is that you have to market what you're passionate about. Folks, if you're marketing something because you know it makes money, you're not going to be successful. I'm sorry to burst the bubble. I know people always try to tell you to market something that has a market and all that kind of stuff. Nothing could be further from the truth. You gotta if you don't have a passion, trust me, you're gonna fail. Number 2, they all learned to understand the 3 pillars of success, and they are mindset, which we talked about before. We talked about that earlier. That was something that changed my life. Understand marketing. See, if you don't understand the principles of marketing, you're not going to be able to market successfully online, period, because you don't understand the core competencies of marketing. That's very important. And number 3 pillar is communication mastery. Understand how to communicate with your prospects, with your customers, whatever that is. You have to understand it. Going back to the example of the Macy's and Target, these department stores, they understand how to communicate to their customers to get them to their stores. Very important. And that's step 2, folks, is paramount for your success. The number 3 ingredient, is think in terms of long term. This goes back to that one-click wonder. Do you think those people who sell those one-click wonder programs actually make money? Some do, some don't. But the point is, the ones that do make money, are they going to make money long term? The answer is no. You see, they're going to get caught wind today. All they get is a bunch of refunds on these things when they sell it to people, because they know it doesn't work. So one of my mentors and coaches once taught me this concept, and I was like, wow, I was amazed. You see, if you begin your marketing with the end in mind, you already have the first path to longevity in your online business success. That's a nice little bonus tip that I have to give to you. The number 4 ingredient is learn how to deal with adversity. Folks, if you were ever told, and many of you have, that all you need to do is build your business once and leave it alone and you never have to worry about anything, I am sorry to tell you, folks, but you were lied to. You see, in business, there's always adversity, but you have to learn how to deal with them. You have to know when it's coming. My best way of learning that in what I do, and all of the people who have been successful in online businesses have the same trait. They all belong to mastermind groups. That helps you deal with the adversity. Okay, I hope that you guys take that as a good tip, and I hope you keep that pen and paper handy and just write these things down. Okay, now all of this data, guys, put me on a mission. I mean, I was on a serious mission. You see, I wanted to help as many home business entrepreneurs succeed as possible, because it's so easy to succeed on a home-based business, especially when you put it online. It's such a simple thing. And why are all the failures? I couldn't. It just bothers me. So my whole path is to my whole reason for doing this is to make sure that I shrink that 90% to something that's reasonable, maybe 50%. And with your help, we can do that. So basically, I decided to create a rock-solid internet marketing course that shows all home business entrepreneurs how to truly grow a successful home business online. I said, yep, I'm gonna do this, and you know, people are not gonna suffer anymore. But there was a couple of issues with that idea. I started thinking, who needs another home study course that shows people how to make money online? I mean, it's like you see them all over the place. You get on these programs, you get on the back office, it's got these videos, it shows you how to do X, Y, Z, and then you try it here, try it there, trial and error. You have no connection with the person. The person, you know, you can't feel them, touch them, smell them, you can't do anything, and you end up failing anyway. You know, so I was like, let me think about this. And B, see, there's some core competencies that needed to be addressed before I go out and just build another one of these things. So I decided to dig a little deeper and go back to the stats I found when I was doing my research with, Dun & Bradstreet. I said, let me, before I create another one of these simple products, let me really do some digging here. See, it became evident that people who weren't successful all need to know how to convert themselves from an employee to an entrepreneur. That basically goes back to mindset. If you don't have that, no matter what programming, and I'm hoping you guys are starting to see why some of you are failing. If you don't have that core competency of converting yourself from an employee to an entrepreneur, there's nothing that you're going to do online or in your home-based business that's going to help you. Now, when I say employee to entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that, some people who are on this call who are probably retired or maybe you got laid off so you don't have a work, so you're not an quote-unquote employee anymore. But I'm talking about your mindset. See, you were programmed into having the employee mindset. That's not your fault. So I needed to find a way if I'm going to build something, I wanted to do it the right way. There's got to be a way to show some people how to convert you from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset, because that is the key to your success. You see, you also need to understand the marketing before you learn to market on the internet. And it goes back to the 3 pillars that I was talking about earlier. You see, if your mindset is right and you understand the principles of marketing, there's nothing stopping you to put that puppy on the internet. Okay? Now, I want to introduce you to the Home Business Marketers Academy. See, all this academy is a membership that encompasses every single thing that you need to understand how to market your business properly on and off the internet. So people say, okay, what is HBMA? It's a home business course with lifetime membership that encompasses all of the major components directly responsible for the success of the 10% of the home business owners who succeeded. So I wanted to encompass everything, and I was able to do that. So basically, a lot of people ask, what does it entail? Basically, it's 10 modules of heavy-hitting marketing training. Okay? We're programming your mind to demand what you want from your business. We're making you understand the principles of marketing and mastering communication while you're doing that. And we're also using the power of the internet to effectively deliver your message to the right people. The key thing here is the right people. See, because if you have a steakhouse and you're marketing the steakhouse to a bunch of people who are vegetarians, you're missing the boat. Now, I wanted to put this to the test. And I marketed this lifetime membership course to a few people who have either been burned by other incomplete home business courses or have not been able to truly succeed in their business. And I sold 10 memberships to 10 lucky people, and allowed them to basically apply the material for just 30 days. That's all. I just gave them 30 days to apply it. And here's what happened. Here are the results, folks. This is awesome. Are you ready? It was outstanding. Outstanding. I mean, I was pleased because I didn't think with just 30 days of this test I was going to get these type of results. And here's what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you a few testimonials just so you understand what I'm saying. First, there was Charles, who happens to be a network marketer. And Charles says, I just want to say thank you, Frank, for showing me how to market online. Before gaining access to your membership program, I had no idea what I was doing, and now I'm actually collecting leads and effectively communicating with them with the techniques you have been working with me on. I can't thank you enough. This is Charles from Texas. And then there was Dorothy. And Dorothy, she sells health insurance. She says, I'm so thankful for your help that I'm at a loss for words. I can't explain the joy and satisfaction when someone calls me up and says, I found you on the internet and I understand you can help me with my health insurance. Thanks to you, I finally have gained a steady flow of clientele. And that's Dorothy from Iowa. Last but not least, there was Christina, and she's an affiliate marketer. So as you can see, I cater to different people, different industries. And she said, before I met Frank, I knew nothing about SEO. After just one conversation with him, I took action on a few things he suggested that I do, and within the next 12 days of trying his suggestions, I was on the first page of Google and actually collecting leads. Something I was unable to do in the past. Thanks, Frank. And that's Christina in Florida. So I know what you guys are thinking. How much is this program? Well, before I tell you how much the HBMA membership is, let me tell you about the ironclad guarantee that I have. You see, these folks also enjoy a guarantee that says if they don't earn at least $10,000 per month in their home-based business within 12 months, then the lifetime membership to HBMA is 100% free. That's why I give you every single penny back of your investment if you cannot make at least $10,000 per month with the strategies that we implement. So now ask yourself this. What is it worth actually knowing you will succeed. I mean, knowing that, okay, well, I'm going to succeed because it's all written for me. Better yet, knowing that you'll be earning at least $10,000 per month in your business within 12 months. What's that worth to you? See, I don't know about you guys, and I know a couple of you probably went to college. I spent over $60,000 in my college education. To be exact, it was $63,000, a little bit over $63,000. Okay, and when I signed up for my student loan, I wasn't given a guarantee that A, I was going to make X amount of money, or B, that I was even going to get a job. It was just, I got my loan, I paid off my school, and in 5 years I was free from my college tuition after college. But I wasn't guaranteed anything. It was just, say, went to college because that's what I was told. Employee mindset. That's going back to that. But I wasn't guaranteed anything. Was any of you guys on this call tonight guaranteed anything at the end of your college? I doubt that, because they just don't do that, right? But anyway, the cost for this program is $5,000. Now, before you guys flip off on this webinar, I just want you to understand one thing. I'm not gonna charge you $5,000 for this program. Those are the first few people who went on the program, and that's how much they paid because they really needed it. But you see, I want to make it available to as many people as I can, but it has to be reasonable because the information on there is powerful. So I'm opening the doors, and I'm going to open the doors to a select few who are ready to take action tonight. Okay, I have created a special link that gives you access to this membership for a measly $2,500. So I cut the price in half because I really want to show people how to really grow a business. And remember, this is a lifetime membership. This isn't something that you get today and then you disappear tomorrow. And I actually work with people. Remember, I have a lot on the line here. It's a rock solid guarantee. And I'm taking on a huge responsibility for you to succeed. I work with you on the program, one-on-one. We talk one-on-one on the phone. You can get me, you have access to me. No questions asked. So, therefore, I'm only opening the doors to the first 3 people to go to the following website. Now, there's about 122, if I see correctly on my panel here, of you on the call. I can only work with 3 people because you have to be serious and you have to show me that you're truly serious about making money online. And the reason why it's only 3 people is because that's really and truly all. That's how I have to make sure that you're making 10 grand a month. Okay, that's my point. And it's going to take a lot of time for me to do that, to show you how to do it, because I don't know where your skill sets are. Okay, now I'm going to put up the website now in a few minutes, in a few seconds. So I want you guys to get ready and just write down the website, go there right now, and just register for this program, because it's going to go fast. Because like I said, it's 122 of you on the line, and I can only work with 3 this month. Okay, so here it goes. Head on over to saygoodbye-to-corporateamerica.com/go. Don't forget the /go. Say goodbye to corporateamerica.com/go. Head on over there. You're going to be sent to a page. You can read all of the text that's on the page, and make sure it's going to describe exactly what it is, what this program is all about, and how it's going to help you. And at the bottom, there's this big green button that says buy now. Click on that and it'll take you to the order form. Now, I wouldn't hesitate on this, guys. Like I said, there's 122 on your phone. Let's say goodbye to corporateamerica.com/go. I'm going to repeat. Say goodbye to corporateamerica.com/go. Now, remember, I only have time to work with 3 people at this discounted price. So if you're looking, to put your business on the positive side of the business equation, I wouldn't hesitate. So head on over to the website right now. Say goodbye to corporateamerica.com/go. Once you're there, you're going to be sent to you're going to be seeing a page. It's going to give you a brief description of what the program's all about, what you're going to be learning, and the effectiveness of it, and there'll be also the guarantee there. So you get a written guarantee. Once you become a member, you get a written guarantee that you sign, and I sign, and you fax it right back. Once you sign it and fax it to me, I'll sign it, fax it right back to you, and you have that guarantee in your hand, in writing. Okay, that if you're not making $10,000 per month at the end of 12 months after working with me, then every single penny is yours. Now, guys, in conclusion, I just want to reiterate what we talked about tonight, because I gave some very powerful concepts and it's very interesting stuff that we talked about. Number 1, all of the 90% who failed never sought help, and then the funny thing about that is they often wonder, why didn't they succeed? And this was the quite evident thing. The reason why they didn't succeed, they did not seek help. All of the 10% who succeeded all sought and got help. So that's not a coincidence, folks. So I ask you, if you really want to succeed in your business, head on over right now to say goodbye to corporateamerica.com/go. I'm going to repeat that again. Say goodbye to corporateamerica.com/go. There it is on your screen once again. You can write it down. Head on over right now. I'm not sure if the 3 are gone already. After call's over, I'll head on over there and see where we are. But if you see that big green button, then head in there and just and just register for the program, because I'm looking forward to helping you succeed. I want to see you on the other side of this success factor. I want to see you actually succeed in this business, because there's a lot of money to be made online. You just need to be guided the right way, and that guidance is on this website. Say goodbye to corporateamerica.com/go. Well, folks, it has been a pleasure bringing you this webinar. And I really hope that you got a lot out of it, because my intentions is to make sure that you understand where your failure points are. So if you were not able to register tonight for this program, I totally understand. Maybe you were a little late. Some people are faster than you, or maybe you just can't do that right now. That's totally understandable. But at least if you got this out of this program, if you got the fact that at least you know what it is that's making you fail, that's the first battle, and then you have to battle yourself out of that, and hopefully seek help from me at another another opportunity. I'm not sure how often I'm going to be doing these, because these programs are very intense for me. I can only work with 3, as you can see, but if there are other opportunities that come up, I'll sure to invite you to a webinar, or maybe somebody else will invite you to a webinar. So with that, folks, I would like to say good night to everyone. Much success out there. Be safe, and bye for now. Take care, guys.